big business today. No Look Passengers episode. What will this be? Like 7?
This is 6.
6, 7, something like that.
Yeah. We don't even know.
Wow.
Got a very special guest in the building today.
Oh boy.
Mr. KG. Yes, sir. That's your name. I don't know there's anything else. So.
All right. I was born July 13th, 1974, in Los Angeles, Orange County Hospital, at 4:35 a.m.
And then we got KG.
Bam. I was born in L.A., but my dad loaded up his '64 station wagon Impala, and his five kids total. We moved from Southern to Northern California.
Nice.
We bought his first grocery store, and the grocery store had a house on top, and it was in an all ghetto, low income area, very bad neighborhood, but that's where we settled.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad, I said, how come, we're in California, so predominantly of those grocery stores were Arab owned in that area.
Yeah.
And I asked my dad, I said, why do Arab people have grocery stores, convenience stores? And he said like some amazing, to me, profound, innocent, simple thing. He said, well, I came to this country not speaking English well. But I knew if I had a business with food in it, that my kids would never be hungry.
Oof.
That's fucking
That's
gold.
deep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I
deep.
love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So how did you get from the West Coast to this, little small town?
So my dad,
Actually, hold on,
Yes,
real
sir.
quick before we go any farther.
yeah, man.
Thank you
Oh, man.
for the
Yeah.
commercial. I'm sure
Oh,
everybody's
man.
listening to this, seen it now.
They
We
actually gonna see it
appreciate-
before the pod.
Yeah.
We're gonna throw it in there, you know?
Appreciate you,
wow.
man.
God bless. It was my
dope, man.
honor. It was my
no.
blessing.
Came out way better than I think any of us expected. And
Hey.
I don't know. I kind of had an idea because I'd been messing with that camera for some months now, but like I didn't know that once I started putting those damn like cinematic.
I didn't
looks-
know KG had the acting chops like that,
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
KG can
KG
act.
turned it on. He seen the
Listen,
red light and he was going crazy.
Every comment was like KG the GOAT. I didn't know KG could act. Like every comment.
What do you mean? What do you mean, guys? I act like I like you motherfuckers every day. I'm honored. I'm honored to see young men grow from young boys to men that you are today.
Yeah, man. I guess like
I'm honored.
taking it back. I mean, 16 years old, first getting my license. Like you just go to KG's. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say that
get a
real quick.
snack or-
To the locals, you're KG, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, man.
So I guess you already introduced yourself as who you were,
Right.
but to everyone else, who are you?
Oh, bam. Thank you for the amazing intro. Well, a kid from California,
Yeah.
born and raised. We moved. My dad was on the internet. God, Dad. And he's a very successful real estate mogul and businessman internationally.
Yeah.
He's actually overseas right now. And I could be who I am today because of the man that he is. And he didn't just raise me. He raised all my friends. Growing up
And you
in-
said 5 brothers or five siblings?
5 siblings, 4 boys and 1 girl.
Oof.
And growing up, I had one thing that none of my other friends had. They could have had nicer cars or live in this neighborhood, but they all didn't have what I had, and I had a father. And so I shared my father with my friends. If I did something stupid, my dad would slap me and my friends. Abba, why did you let KG do that? And my dad went to California last week, I say a week, it was a while ago, and some guy that was skin-headed, tattoos on his face, running up to my dad and say, Abba, Abba. Abba means dad in Arabic, by the
Yeah.
way.
Okay.
Abba, Abba, he hugs him. My dad's like, where's my gun? Because this skin-headed deal, hugs him, puts the cement in my dad's Mercedes, closes it and say, I love you. Abba, how's Khalid, Ma, all my brothers and sisters, and sister, and then he runs off, and my dad's like, I don't know who that guy was. I don't know who that guy
Hey,
was.
but-
I feel like you got the same kind of impact here, though.
Yeah.
It's my responsibility. I I try to run a place that I would want for me and my family.
Yeah.
When like people, I mean, I when people say, "Where you going?" When your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter, "Where you going?" "I'm gonna go get some milk." "Okay, who's open right now?" "Okay, you by yourself or is your brother going with you?" "I'm by myself." "Okay, go to KG's."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or just use the drive-through. Well lit, clean, and look out for my people. And you know, you're gonna have children one day.
Hopefully. Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah.
If you choose or choose not to, or have people you're concerned about
Yeah.
and you're worried about their safety, they
Yeah.
will always be good.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying other stores aren't, but
They're not KG though.
but
you know.
there's a different. Everyone has a pros and cons, but I want an environment that I wouldn't mind my little daughter running around in.
Yeah.
I have a little girl.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So my initials are KG. My parents are from a Middle Eastern country called Yemen.
Yemen. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and my first name is Khalid. It's spelled Khalid, and I used to use the finger gesture as like a telephone, but this is not works as a telephone anymore. I
Yeah.
guess it would be this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Call me girl.
Right.
hit me on the FaceTime.
So it would be called like you're calling somebody in a lid on a jar. Khalid.
Yeah.
And that's an Arabic name. Growing up, California, it's Khalid. In the East Coast, I know they say Khalid.
Khalid,
And,
yeah,
Khalid.
yeah.
Like there's a DJ Khalid in Florida,
Yeah.
and there's a Khalid or Khalid in Arizona. That's a pop song that
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that guy.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I was born before him. So, yeah.
His name is like yours.
Right.
Yeah. His
And-
name's like yours.
So, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so I first started talking to KG because I used to have like, and I still do in some cases. I have like social anxiety, so like it used to be kind of hard for me to like even get out of the car and go into a store because I just didn't feel like socializing and stuff. So I found KG store, and he's got the drive-through.
Oh yeah.
And I pull in there. I was driving my black BMW. You know, he would always like talk to me about the car, and then like a couple years later, I got the red BMW. He remembers me. We start talking about that car, and then by the time I got that one, I was just going into the store because I was like going in there to kick the shit with KG. So
That's another thing
that's
too.
how
It's
it
like
is.
you
Yeah.
go in there to get a drink and a
I go in
snack,
there now,
but it's
to-
also
to-
to
to
hang out
just-
with KG.
Yeah.
just to
it's
see
like-
what's up, and grabbing a drink is like the afterthought. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
My cousin, bro, same thing. Like,
You know what you just said? You guys verified the humor in my name of my store.
yeah,
My mom and dad thought they made the name up because, as a joke. Because like in our California stores,
Yeah.
we have liquor stores and business in California. I ran all of them, and as I got older, I shifted to another one, to another one, to another one, and from 19 to I'm 49 now.
Yeah.
I was always the shot caller. But the thing is, no one goes to any of these businesses where I'm at to buy something.
Yeah.
They're there to see me
Yeah, you
and
come
what
to see
shit I'm
KG,
getting
yeah.
into, or
Yeah.
what lie or story or accident that happened.
Like
in my store.
it's hard to drive by the store and not just hit the drive. Like I have probably like 4 Black and Milds in my truck. I don't even smoke them like that, but I'll just get them to hit the drive-through to just to go by.
I was in Charlotte, and a guy saw me at a gas station in Charlotte and apologized to me.
Because he was
You're
out
in
there?
Charlotte, man. You
Yeah.
gotta get gas. I was
Yeah.
going to the airport to drop my parents off, and I was like, "Man, you're in Charlotte." No, it's KJ. I swear I wouldn't go anywhere. This guy's daughter went into a gas station, Gastonia. She's baby. I always give her lollipops.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then she's pushing. She tries to run behind the counter at that store and doesn't see me. Gets mad and tries to push her dad out of the store.
no.
It's cute.
yeah.
Talking about business real quick.
Yeah, man.
Did you go to school?
Yeah. I went to a junior college in California, and I got an associate's degree in automotive technology.
That's why he likes cars so
Yeah.
much.
I wasn't expecting that. That's crazy.
Oh,
You thinking like
yeah, I'm like business management.
No,
you
sir.
know,
Yeah.
No,
4-year
sir.
MBA.
Every bit of my business swag I got
In
I
the
got
field.
It. I
Just
got
doing
from,
it.
Yeah. Living and surviving in from my mother and my father.
Cool.
Yeah. What's cool is like we were talking about how we like to go to the store just to like chop it up and see you on a any random day of the week, but like that is your character and your enthusiasm and everything is like a business strategy that people can't teach.
You can't.
know?
It's intangible.
It's
You know
like
what
you
I'm
have
saying?
it or you don't, and you
Right.
do. So people like to go in there. Like I said, we go in there to see you and cut up, and then like the
Get a
drink.
water.
Yeah, know what I'm saying?
Because I'm thirsty now. You know.
Yeah,
And that's why they call it KG's Quick Stop. It's a no one goes in there for a quick stop. That's why it's a pun. It's a joke.
Yeah.
And all my friends say, you're the only friend I have that I got to go spend money to hang out with. And I get so excited to see you guys. I just like, here, grab water, sit down, let's
I
talk,
think
let's
it's
catch
more
up.
like you're the only friend I don't get mad at spending money with. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And I'm blessed but you have to understand this. I wasn't KG as you see me now. In 2004, I was looked at upon as feared of.
Like early moving.
Right.
This area.
When I came to McDowell, I've had told to my face that I don't patronize businesses with people that look like you.
Yeah, I believe that.
But I really don't want to get emotional. But that same guy, if he thought you looked at me sideways, would knock your head off your head.
Yeah.
Whew.
He loves you now.
Oh, but I can't say his name.
Yeah,
but love the man to death. He said that to me, and I said, "Oh, okay." And I went to Walmart. At this time, it was the Walmart where Big Lots is.
Yeah, the old one.
Yeah,
And-
the
yeah.
old Walmart.
And it was a cute blonde, and she had a flat tire, and she was wearing a white dress. You know, she's going to church.
Yeah.
She had a cute little.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have said that. Now people are googling
No,
who
we'll
had a
look it up.
95.
Like I said, a bleep goes a long way. You know.
And
what I'm
actually, I don't care because she's an
Yeah, they won't
amazing
know.
woman. I was there at her wedding.
saying? Heck
Yeah.
So she was a high school kid, and she had a flat tire. And I said, "I got this, girl." And I changed the tire to spare, and the donut was this is a little small donut, and I had a patch kit in my car. And I patched the nail. It was right in the middle, and replaced it. I said, if you don't have 4 quarters, ask the girl in the cashier to give you 4 quarters. She tried to give me $20. I said, don't worry about it. And she said, no. And I said, well, you know what? Go to my store, buy a Mountain Dew next time you're here, but just don't worry about it. And I fixed her tire, and she got air, and she was on her way. And that guy that came into my store, they asked me, he said, are you the new owner? I said, yeah. At time, I already told you what he said to me.
Yeah.
And he said, do you remember me? I came to your store about 2 months ago. I know he was. I can never forget that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
You don't forget that.
But I wasn't like, oh, what an evil person. I
Yeah.
was like, honestly, I'm a California guy. I was like, that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that was neat. I see stuff like that on movies or TV shows. But I honestly just felt bad for him.
Yeah.
I had oh, man, good luck to you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said, did you change your girl's tire at Walmart? I said, sir, I changed her tire and sent her on her way. Was that you?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it was. I didn't say anything out of her way. I didn't say nothing disrespectful to her. I just changed her tire and sent her away. He said, was that you, though?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. He said, my name is blah, blah.
Yeah.
If you're man enough to take my hand, I'm man enough to give it to you.
Uh-huh.
And I shook his hand. He said, that was my granddaughter. And he said, I'm sorry. And I'll be right back. I said,
Yeah.
okay. He went home, got his wife and his other kids, got his neighbors to the left of him and the neighbors to the right, and brought them all to my store. And I'm a California guy, and I was like, what are they going to do?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's about to happen?
Right. So he came
Especially
back.
off the first interaction.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
With torches or some
Yeah,
shit.
right.
Yeah.
And he introduces everyone there, and asked me my full name, and I told them, and I said people call me KG because he couldn't say Khalid.
Yeah.
And he says, everyone, I want y'all to all come trade with here, my buddy KG. And they were like, yeah, and they all shook my hand and introduced themselves. I'm a California guy. I said, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna trade. You know, I'm trading
gonna barter.
your money for my stuff. I thought they were gonna give me like a bucket of like okra or something. but I don't know. I watch movies in California,
No,
and that's what I
facts.
think.
Little House on the Prairie type
Right,
shit.
you know, you pay your lawyer in sourdough bread. You know,
Yeah.
But that's just a term out here.
Yeah.
We don't use that term in California. I didn't know what a billfold was. We called them wallets.
Yeah,
you know?
well, I call it a wallet myself.
Right, but I think it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, not
it's
to get
different.
too far off the topic, but I think that's like, I mean, where we're at is like, there's definitely a old stigma of,
Right.
you know, kind of closed-mindedness and stuff. But a lot of it's ignorance, but I think a lot of it is like slowly changing, and it's coming around to that where it's
Right.
like, people are understanding, but like there is a generation still here and above us that like they just don't get it. They're never gonna
Right.
We
you
talk
know?
about it a lot actually, because we always kind of compare that back to like what we're trying to do here, or you know what we've done in the past. We've always just tried to do different stuff. Like most people our age probably ain't out on Friday night filming a commercial in the convenience store. They're probably out getting fucking wasted
at a bar.
And like we're having fun and we're doing it. And like you put it out, and there's gonna be people who like make fun of it, or
I go to Comic Cons.
Yeah, they're gonna
I don't
say
even
like,
mean
what,
like that. I
what are
mean
they
just
doing?
like the small-mindedness of like,
That's kind of how I was comparing it. Like
Yeah,
the
you know
small
what I'm
mind to,
saying? Like, they're
just
not
I
gonna
think
give
those
a
two
shit.
groups are more related than you think. I think the
Yeah,
guys that
right.
are still
Just-
going to the bar and getting fucked up on a
Right.
Friday, like when they're 36, like those people end up being that guy
Right.
But-
eventually.
Well,
like I was
kinda,
saying,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
until they talk to the right person.
Exactly.
You know, I go to car shows. I've got a 1968 XR7 Cougar.
Yeah,
Sweet.
People that would never talk to me in their life. Hey, Sizmo, what you got in there? It's a
Yeah.
302.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do ceramic headers? You know, dual exhaust. You know, like hey, my grandfather had one just like that, and now we're brothers. We're kindred souls. That now we have a friend.
Yeah.
And so the guy that I talked about earlier, he takes me to something called a goat sale in Cleveland County, Shareable. It's an animal auction.
Yeah.
And I do stand-up comedy, and I joke, and he loves me going to restaurants with him and just to mess with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes I'll have an accent, sometimes I won't, you know, or sometimes we'll act like, but he looks like somebody that would burn a cross in front of my heart, right?
yeah.
But and he had a bad past, but just him being my friend tells you something.
Yeah.
So we go to an auction, animal farm, goat sale, chickens, llamas, sometimes alpacas, donkeys, fading goats. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing.
Did
Awesome.
they carry a higher premium?
Right, yeah. Right. No, they're cheap.
Are they?
Oh,
Well,
I
I
mean-
guess 'cause they pass
I'm
out.
really glad that you said that. And you guys need to know this for the rest of your life. They're fainting goats. You make a noise, their joints lock up and they pass and they faint. Okay, they're very inexpensive. Why I'm telling you the story, back in the day, or till this day, I'm not sure, but you have a very expensive livestock, high-end sheep, goat, cattle, whatever, and you would throw in a fainting goat in there. With the high end, so if a coyote comes around and the animals all get scared, the fainting goat will lock up and pass out, so the coyote will eat that fainting goat. And so the
low-hanging fruit for the coyote.
right? That's the term, scapegoat.
Scapegoat. Oh, okay,
Oh.
cool.
Yeah,
I just blew
How
my
much?
mind.
How much did you think you were going to learn about livestock having KG on?
I didn't know what.
none.
I knew we were gonna hear a lot of cool stuff. Just
Okay, if I vary from any main conversation, it's because I'm super excited to get
No,
there.
riff.
so-
Do your
Okay,
thing.
Yeah,
so
this
we're
is awesome.
and I might need you guys to edit this story later, but it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
So we're at a live auction, and my buddy is coveralls, no teeth,
Yeah.
you know, and he's 6'3", oak of an old man, very intimidating.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's other farmers all wearing Pointer coveralls. Can't be regular cover. The brand has to be Pointer. The little dog pointing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I noticed that's their Jordans. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
So he said, "Go ahead there, KG. Yeah, you aggravate them fellas over there." And I was like, "What do you want me to do?" Oh, I was about to say his name. He said, "You be you.
Yeah.
You just fuck with them though."
Real quick, I
Yeah,
bet
man.
you can kill at a livestock sale. Like, I bet you could kill. All right, go ahead.
So I go over to them, and I bought.
Don't tell me you had the overall.
I swear to God, it is. I got I wore. Oh God, don't.
You had the
get-
toothpick?
I wore a brand new set of denim ones to his funeral.
Oh.
But I had a camouflage pair that he wore. I was like his mini me because he's
Yeah.
6'3".
Okay,
and I walk over to them, and they're chicken farmers apparently, and I'm acting like I'm a chicken. I'm swinging back and forth, rocking in my boots,
Yeah.
putting my thumbs underneath my suspenders. I said, "How are you gentlemen doing?"
Yeah.
And they look at me like, "Who's this punk trying to act?"
Yeah.
I said, "Y'all chicken farmers too?" They could see my boots are brand new, my coveralls are brand new. There's no stains on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, "You raise chickens?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Who do you sell to?" I said, Bison. They said, "Don't you mean Tyson?" I said, "I sell to them too." And they all start laughing and smirking. They said, "Oh yeah." I said, "I can tell you something about chickens that a lot of people don't know. I've been raising chickens." Oh, shut up, Homer. Let him talk. What is that? That most people don't know that chickens die every time they have sex. They all looked at me like they're smelling a fart. What the hell are you talking about, boy?
My chicken's been fucking for years.
Right? He says, "I've been raising chickens for 55 years. I've never seen a chicken die right after having sex." I said, "Well, every chicken I ever had sex with died right afterwards."
No.
Their eyes get humongous. And my buddy walks up to me, puts his hand on my shoulder and said, "I see y'all boys met KG."
That is funny.
That's
So they're
hilarious.
all laughing, but this is the part I want to tell you that got my heart. Now, you could tell how old these men are by their name.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the men say, "Homer, go get
Homer.
Meredith. Go
Yeah.
get Meredith."
Yeah.
Everyone's grandma has
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
When he said, "Go get Meredith," and Homer ran to get Meredith, and Meredith is coming with a cane. She's walking in, and
I
she's
gotta listen to KG.
Right. Well, she don't know me.
Yeah.
But they want me to say the story to her. And she's walking in, waving her cane at the older guys. And she said, "Baby, that man aggravates you. You let me know." And she's waving her stick. And she says, "Go ahead, baby. You go tell me what they want you to say to me." Huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead. You can tell me. And I locked up, guys. I mean, she literally looks like one of my friends' grandmother.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to say that in front of her?
Yeah, and I got embarrassed, and I said, "Ma'am, I don't know what they're talking about. They're just being silly." She said, "I knew it. You look like a good young man." And then Homer and Freddie and whatever, the other guy's name was like Marcus. And he says, "Why didn't you tell Meredith what?" I said, "Gentlemen, she's somebody's grandma.
Yeah.
I can't say that story in front of her." And this is the part I wanted to tell you. These guys would never, ever talk to me in my life, or maybe avoid me.
Yeah.
But after I did that and they heard me say that, every one of them had to come I had to go to their farm and eat supper.
Oh, yeah.
And every one of them talked shit about the other guy
Yeah,
and bragged
yeah.
about what they had. "I got 22 heads of cattle. He's only got 4, and 2 of them I gave him." It's like
Yeah.
that was their
Yeah.
flossing.
Yeah.
But they wanted to share that with me.
Yeah.
And,
And-
that touched my heart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That's crazy. All right, KG. So
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Real quick, before we go into that, I do want to ask a couple more questions
Yeah,
about
man.
the store, if that's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
please.
So did you say 04?
Yes,
Was
2004.
when
yeah.
when you bought
April 26th, I have the dollar framed, my first dollar.
Nice. Okay. So you saw 08
Mm-hmm.
and you saw COVID.
Yes.
So has your store had ebbs and flows, or have you stayed pretty consistent through it?
Yes. I feel a little ashamed saying this, but after COVID, my business flourished amazingly. Blessed.
Yeah.
Our sales didn't double; they tripled.
Yeah.
Really?
And the only thing I could account that for was being open every day, consistently.
Yeah.
I was
I didn't
about to
vary.
say it was like you couldn't do nothing. Well, we were having to go to work, and it's like shit, dude. I don't want to go to work, go straight home, bro. Fuck, let me go to KG's and at least get
You
a
know,
drink or
well,
like.
Just something to feel normal in that.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
just
that,
like-
and that's what I was there for, to make sure like everything's closed. I'm mad. Thank God KG's open.
Yeah.
You know what? I get calls. "Hey, K, my daughter's on her way to Burger King to work. Can you text me when you see her drive by? Or, hey, my wife's running out of gas. Can you please open your store? I am open. Are you? For real?
Yeah.
It's snowing. Or I need something. I'm open 365 days a year.
Yeah.
We don't close for my birthday. We don't close for I'll try to extend my hours. I have a daughter overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that works with me, no one works for me. Everyone works with me. They are family people.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell that too, not to cut you off again, but
Right.
like I've seen you interact with, the ladies that work with you. And
That's
like
my
just the
family.
other night, like you let her go home. She had something to do. He was
Right.
like, I sent her home early, so now I'm here.
Your family,
and
your
it's
son,
like,
you want to play a baseball game in South Carolina? Sister, go.
No, and you can
And
tell
I'm
that
here.
too. So.
And because I'm giving right now, as soon as I have my daughter here, I'm taking St. Patrick's Day off. I'm taking Sacred Days off.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking her to every zoo I could find. But I don't have her with me. So I'd rather take one for the team now, but
Yeah.
don't be mad at me when I want to take my daughter to everything.
You reap
Yeah.
what you sow. You
Right,
know what I'm
right.
saying? You
And they're blessed and excited for me and happy for me and can't wait to
Oh,
meet
yeah.
her. And you that hungry for money? That no.
No.
But it's a business at the end of the day.
Consistent
But the
businessman.
thing is a little hope, a little during COVID, a lot of people businesses shut down. That hurt me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to see every business in Marion flourish. There is no competition.
It shouldn't be.
Right. No.
Oh, man, I see
was
it.
about to say a rap line. There is no competition because I am the best here. But no, there is no competition because we all have our clientele. You want this, go to that store. You want that. And we'll majority of the time have the same items, give or take a nickel or a dime or whatnot. But pennies. But it's he has that one flavor. He has that one drink that I can't get anywhere else. Or that's my brother. I'm gonna see Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And or I'm gonna go there because I know they carry a lot more variety or this, that, or the other. But I want everyone to do well. I want everyone to flourish. When I was younger, I wanted me, this, and I'm gonna be the king. No, I want everyone to eat.
Yeah. I mean, what's the phrase? A rising tide raises all ships.
Boom.
Yep.
You
I
know
like
what I'm
that.
saying?
I ain't heard that.
So, really?
Yeah, I've never heard that. That's good though.
That's
Uh,
like-
you
The
wanna
reason I asked though
Uh-huh.
is because
I forgot what you asked me. What was the question? I'm sorry.
seeing recessions and the ebbs and the flows of the store.
The
But
best year ever.
this year
Uh,
or
Yep.
I can
post
see
COVID.
that.
And every year better than the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I asked though is because, where we're at, we have few true landmarks.
Oh
like
my
there are a
God.
few spots you gotta like.
I have to stop and interrupt you right
Yeah,
there.
go ahead.
I bought that Servco. It was a Servco. Wilco Select Servco.
Okay.
My father. He is my landlord. 2004. I hear people in my store. Where you at? I'm at the old Servco. Okay. 2005. Hey, come down and meet me at the old Servco. Some older people call it the old Wildcat.
Yeah.
Apparently, there used to be like a bobcat or some kind of wild animal that people throw money in the cage. A little inhumane back. And they used to change oil in the street back then.
That's crazy.
2006. Where you at? I'm at the old Servco. 2009, 2010, 2011. Where you at? I'm at KG's.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I knew I was cemented in this town.
Yeah.
When they said.
And like we're a little bit younger,
Right.
So I was about to say 2011, bro. I was probably 16. It's always been KG's to me.
But that's dope.
like-
Because that was a perfect analogy of the newer generation.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Our generation, I had a buddy move down here from New York, and I'd be like, we gotta pull up to KG's. Like, you want to get the games or whatever? Let's go to KG's.
Yeah.
And I remember it vividly, me and him walking in there, and you talking to him like he was a local, but to him, he was like in this small town in North Carolina. So he was like, oh, hey, man, how are you? But it's just awesome seeing that. And like, it's one of those places in town where I refer people to. I take people in
Oh,
Oh,
there.
man,
you know
God
what I'm saying?
bless. I appreciate
course,
that.
Always
yeah.
Look
like,
it out.
go
Look
to
it out.
Eddie's Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Hit Rutherford Road on your way there. Hit KG's.
Most staff.
Get whatever you need.
Eddie and the boys,
Two,
they're
two.
amazing. I've been blessed with them and their whole family.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're great people.
and
They're
and
awesome.
they I have to stress on how much those men helped me when I first got here. Till this day, they still do.
I
The
believe
boys
it.
come in. Hey, you hungry? You need something to eat? Text me, call me. You hungry? You want something?
Oh, yeah.
Constantly. You need me to stay? Do you need me to bring? Like brothers, real brothers.
Nah, man, like-
But they also help me navigate and explain to people, to me as a guy from the West Coast, how the locals' mentalities are. Because
they had to learn it too. 'Cause,
Sure,
I mean,
from
they're
the East Coast.
Yeah, the Bronx. You come down,
Right.
so it's like it's a lot of similarities. Trying to get to you know,
I mean,
figure this
it
shit
was
out. but-
instant brotherhood right there and then.
Nah, them dudes are.
and
my boys.
they explain to it in terminology that I can understand, and the philosophy of how I think and how locals think. And I went back to California to visit, and things I say there now are very disrespectful and rude. You know, I got sweet tea at a restaurant. It was a noodle house. I had different kind of noodles. I said, "Appreciate it, sweetheart." Hey, yo, call it. Check that, bro.
Really?
What did I do, Ryan? Nothing. I appreciate you, hon. Thank you. Hey, KG, what's up? Hey, man, check yourself, bro. What did I do?
Oh,
Yeah.
they don't know the Southern hospitality.
Right.
Yeah.
So I go to a liquor store to pick up religious pamphlets, and I ask for a little half pint of that stuff.
Of holy water.
The juice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I said, I appreciate you, sweetheart. And ma'am, I appreciate you. She said, "Excuse me, I'm not your baby, sweetheart, your honey. I went to UC Berkeley. I got a degree in." I said, "Ma'am, and this is the shittiest South Carolina accent, Southern accent, but I do accents.
you
I try
gotta
to.
pull it out.
Right. Probably more Texas. Ma'am, I apologize. I'm from North Carolina.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty
And where I'm from, that is just a term of endearment. But since I'm in California, thank you very much, bitch." And then everyone in that liquor store started laughing, and she's got her fist clenched, her eyes closed, and she's trying to hold back from laughing because she realizes how foolish it sounds to a Southern man that I called you sweetheart and I'm a piece of shit, but I call you bitch and everyone's laughing, even
laughing,
she
yeah.
is. She realizes that.
Yeah.
And then she says to me, "I'll let that slide, North Carolina."
Yeah.
And in my mind, I was like, "North Carolina, yeah!" I'm an officially. They no longer consider me a Californian now. I'm an officially North Carolina now.
Yeah.
That's when that hit me. Another thing, I went to Home Depot.
Okay.
And they asked for my ID, and I showed my North Carolina ID. He said, "Sir, you know your North Carolina ID is expired." I need spray paint to cover up some property, one of my dad's properties.
Yeah.
And fuck it, my ID is expired. Douglas International Airport didn't tell me my ID, my driver's license was expired. San Francisco International Airport didn't say my driver's license was expired. But this lady at Home Depot's telling me my ID's. And I just, I'm going to get denied anyway, so just say some shit. I said, "Ma'am, my ID might be expired, but trust when I tell you I'm still alive."
It's pretty good. The accent's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I do comedy.
You know what I'm saying?
So she said, "Oh my God, I'll be right back." And she went to go with her manager. And she said, "Sir, do you know your ID, your North Carolina ID is expired?" And I say the same spiel. And you know what she says to me? She says, "Sir, is that really your accent?" And I said to her, "Yes, ma'am, it is." And then she said, "Oh my God, I love you, Southern accents. I wish we had more Southern gentlemen like you here in California." And I was born and raised right up the street from there, you know.
Yeah,
And I was
heck
like,
yeah.
And she said, "There's nothing wrong, sir. She just wanted me to hear your adorable accent." And then I got my stuff and I was on my way.
And then you got in your regular accent when you were walking out. You were like, "Thanks,
Right.
bitch."
Well, I'm on a subway train and I'm just filming a little video on Snapchat to my friends.
Yeah.
And everyone was so scared for me.
They're like, "Wow."
I mean, there's college kids, there's homeless people.
Yeah.
And I think it was cold in California. I had a beanie on. And maybe, I'm not saying I had a snot rag stuffed in my nose. I didn't care. I'm on the train,
Yeah.
or just being relaxed. And people were thought I did that so I wouldn't get robbed or killed. It's normal to me.
Yeah.
I'm in Berkeley, California, the most diverse place in the world. Asheville second. And I'm eating at a communal, not on purpose because it was vegan. I'm not vegan. I love chicken, beef. I don't eat pork. But so, and there's a Asian lady with booty shorts on and a bustier with blue contacts, blonde dreadlocks going down her hair with her shaved side. She's super attractive, but I felt bad that she was blue contacts. But anyway, and nose pierced, and she was hot. And to the right of me, she was to my left. To my right was a Nation of Islam back Muslim. And right in front of me was a skinhead, a neo-Nazi skinhead. Boots, red laces, a black jacket, skinhead, swastika. And nobody bothers nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And we all have salt and pepper right in front of us for our condiments, you know. And his salt was empty. And he looked around and looked around and he looked at me. And I picked up my salt. I said, "You want my salt, brother?" He said, "Yes, please." And he reached over to get it. And I said, "I knew you weren't going to ask for the pepper." And so he looked at me and he looked around and everyone's laughing. And I gave him, "Yeah, go ahead, laugh." And then we're all laughing. And the Nation of Islam brother was shaking my shoulder. That was funny. And he reached over and he said, "You know, my name is John Davis." And I shook his hand. And then we all shook hands and we all laughed. And that's why I love comedy.
Yeah.
That's why I love
You can
comedy.
bring all types of people together.
Right. And we all shook hands. We all introduced each other's name. It's neither here nor there, but the brother in the Nation wanted to make sure everyone could pronounce my name in Arabic. It was cute. Khalid. Say Kha. Everyone say Kha. I was like, it's okay. Khalid's fine with me. But it was funny. But we were brothers, and it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But in 2023, I can't say the same things I would say on the stage now.
Yeah.
I've had friends attacked. I've had friends.
Yeah.
Thank God Brian's a boxer. Clack clack. He got someone jumped on the stage. Wasn't even talking about him.
Yeah.
And he had to defend himself. If I say something that make you smile, make you a little annoyed, make you think, make you laugh, and make you think twice about stuff, I did my job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I say something demeaning or disrespectful in your I hurt somebody, I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
I think it's all intention, you know. It's
Right,
like it's not necessarily the words. It's like it's how you say it, what you mean behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
That, and like we've talked about it with having a podcast in 2023, like there's certain things that we just don't even want to talk about because, you know, I feel like even if you talk about it from a place of, you know, from the outside, maybe not even having a opinion on it, it's like, I don't know, people want to just like cancel shit for no reason.
people want to make big deals out of nothing.
Out of
and
nothing,
it's
just
like-
just because, you know, people with the internet and everything have gotten so, you know, used to controversy and drama. It creates some excitement in their life maybe. But one thing I will say, and I feel like is a really good thing, is I think things are starting to change a little bit. I think
yeah,
that people
I
are
do
getting
think-
tired of that. And
I think
you
the
know,
line, people are able to like push the line.
because like,
and
what is
kinda-
comedy without, you know?
Sure.
We all have like, I have the type of comedy you can make fun of anything, dark humor, any of
Right,
it with me,
right.
and I'm fucking laughing. You can make fun of me
As long as it's funny.
As
That's
long
the
as it's
goal
funny.
of that's the
It-
goal of comedy is
you
to
can
be
make fun
funny.
of my race. I don't give a shit. Like as long as it's funny.
I want to say a couple things here. I think people are getting sick of PC culture, where it's like
Right.
it's too much all the time.
All the time. Some things might deserve to be like
Yeah.
frowned upon, but like not
Some
everything.
things are bad. Some things we can make fun of.
Yeah.
And I think people are starting to like come around to that. A little
Yeah.
bit. But with comedy,
Yes.
a lot of new age comedians are basing their entire show off of saying some wild shit.
Right. Right.
And then getting a crowd reaction.
Right.
They've got a TikTok.
Yeah, right.
As soon as you get a heckler, they've got a TikTok. They've got a clip.
Yeah.
Post it.
But I don't think that's funny. I think the better
Sometimes
stuff is
it
in
is.
the art and like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What I like seeing is the comedians that have been able to thrive even with the limitations
Right.
because
Oh,
they're that
yeah.
brilliant. You know, they're that good. Like Dave Chappelle, obviously one of the goats.
Goat.
But like whenever he started talking about all the stuff that was going on, the way that it was like a fucking roller coaster ride. Like he would go up and he'd be saying some shit where you're like, and then when he ease back down, where it's like he turned it into something
Oh, yeah.
good, but
He is
then
so
it went
technical.
back
He's
up.
so
good, man.
amazing.
He's amazing,
so
man.
good.
It's a beautiful
that-
art form that he does.
I saw Dave
Yeah, bro.
Chappelle
I would love to.
in Asheville.
Really good.
One of his. He has a writer. I mean,
A lot
for
of the
some-
big
from
dudes.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
No. What I mean that it's not. He'll take some from.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right. It's just. I performed in front of one of his writers. A lot of you probably know who he is. I'll tell you his name, but maybe you guys don't. You could Google it later. His name is Paul Mooney.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, me too.
He wrote for Dave Chappelle. He wrote for Richard Pryor.
Okay.
He wrote for Eddie Murphy.
Nice.
Right. His name is God rest his soul. He died. Paul Mooney. Negro Damas on the Dave Chappelle show. That was his character.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I
yeah,
know
yeah,
exactly who you're talking about.
But I performed in front of him, and I'd probably tell you that story on a break, and you tell me if it's appropriate to tell on that.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, we can do
Okay.
that.
Are we getting kind of close?
We got like 15 minutes. So what?
yeah, man.
What age did you like find comedy and like?
Oh,
Okay,
that's
this is
okay.
therapeutic to me. This is like
the greatest comedians in the world had the most trauma.
Yeah.
I
If
believe
you read the
that.
Jim Carrey story, or John Belushi, Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Well, I was a fat little kid,
Relatable.
and I didn't want to walk 2 miles to home. I could go through the bad neighborhood and get there in about a quarter of a mile, half a mile. And I did, and some kids held me down, and they cut open my face.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And kids could be mean.
That's
you
pretty
know.
fucking mean. Dude.
Yeah. And we had no money. So my mom was crying, and she don't want to bother my dad, so she sews me up. And she takes an aloe vera plant and put them on the stab marks. And I think it was a vitamin E gel cap. And she'd put them over it, and she would cry. And to this day, she'll hug my face and say, "My beautiful baby boy." And then she'll, visually, you can't see him. And it's not, guys, like, I don't grow facial hair because I couldn't shave till I was 27. I'm proud of my shit now.
Yeah.
But not to cover the scars. Physically, you won't show them until I point them out to you. Yeah, I could barely see. The mental ones never leave you.
They
Oh, yeah.
never do.
So, but my mom, she's so happy for me. But she would fix me and heal me. And little kids would say, "What the fuck happened to your face?
Yeah.
God, what the fuck happened? Oh,
Yeah.
no one said, oh, baby, what happened to you, honey? Were you in a car accident?
Yeah, they didn't
Did
feel
a
bad
dog
for
maul
you.
You know, the kids say, what the fuck happened to your... I mean, in Richmond, California, you know, believe it or not, guys, kids are a lot better now than they were when I was growing up.
In ways, definitely.
We
yeah.
got away
I
with
think it's just
murder
because
growing
they're
up.
Yeah.
they're just lazy and they're
They don't have to do bad stuff.
Maybe
They
it's
talk
not-
shit on the internet.
Right, now, which causes problems.
Yeah.
So, people would say that to me, and I grew my hair. I've always had my hair was your hairstyle my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I got people used to think I looked like Andy Garcia when I was young.
Yeah.
But that was my haircut, for high and tight and lit. Girls
Yeah.
could play with it. So I had long hair to cover my face,
Mm-hmm.
because people would say that to me. Well, the only white dude in this neighborhood, he looked like Willie Nelson. I compared him to Willie Nelson. He walked up to me, and said, "Listen here, boy. Next time a motherfucker says, 'What the fuck happened to your face?' you tell them that your mom tried to abort you with a coat hanger, but you were a survivor." and I didn't know what that meant. I'm a little kid. I'm a little kid.
So you walk around saying that.
Yeah, and I didn't know what that meant. Just people's eyes get large, and they get shocked, and that would make me laugh.
Yeah.
Make me laugh. And until I was 16 years old in El Cerrito, California, where these Amish-looking people with vans with giant billboards or what fetuses looked like out of illegal abortion clinics, or maybe I don't know. I don't remember. I just made it, cut up mangled bodies, and that was abortions. Mm-hmm. And I'm 16. I should have known what it was sooner, but I started laughing so hard. I cried because I never knew what I was saying my whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, kids used to call me Scarface.
Yeah.
And I
That's
watch-
actually kind of cool, though.
Right. Well, you know what? I watched the movie 238 times. I know every line in that movie. I used to walk around grabbing my car and say, "Okay, man, I reloaded.
Yeah.
Who do I trust? Me.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes." And I just knew every line in the movie because in my mind I thought so. That's when I laughed so hard I cried.
Uh-huh.
And that's when I started comedy.
Yeah.
At 16.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And it's so you when'd you get on stage?
One of my punk ass friends at SF State, God bless you, Kareem Baker.
Shout out to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Prince was big back then.
Love Prince.
Yes, sir. And it was an open mic night at the campus at San Francisco State University. Yay! And they said, coming to the stage, they put their name down, and Kareem writes down the artist formerly known as the Arabian Prince. And then everyone starts clapping, and everyone's looking at me, and I'm so embarrassed, and I chickened out. I'm the runt in my crew. They picked me up and they threw me on the stage. And first thing I did, I started making fun of them, and everyone's laughing. And Brian says something. I start making fun of him, and I know personal things about everyone there.
Yeah.
So
He's getting deep.
Right. And then everyone's laughing, and then like, why are you laughing? And then I start picking on other people, and it's funny, as comedians are scared to death. Some of them are scared to death of hecklers. I thrive on them.
Yeah, because that's whenever you get your fuel.
Right. I shoulder check somebody on the stage just so he could say something to me, because I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Things I say in North Carolina, in California, no one will understand.
Yeah.
Things I say in California that happens here, y'all won't understand.
Yeah.
I love North Carolina. I love the fact that if there's a cop or an accident up the road, y'all will flash your headlights.
Yeah.
That is my favorite part of the road in North Carolina.
Yeah,
in California, this is how we think. I'm not going to tell you there's a cop up the road.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Because I need you to get pulled over so I could speed.
Yeah.
Because we're late. We're in a rush. I know I'm going to hit traffic when I go through Berkeley or Oakland or San Francisco. So I need more cops pulling y'all over.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so beautiful. Now, the thing that annoys me about North Carolina drivers, I'm driving straight for like a mile, and I see a car, and they wait till I'm right in front of them, decide to turn out in front of me.
Oof.
Oh, they do that.
You saw me coming a mile away, but I'll take the flashing and the good looking out over that all day.
Yeah. What about the fucking, I don't know if this is a North Carolina problem or just a people problem. What about whenever you're on the fucking interstate and there's someone just cruising in the left lane going like 5 under, and there's people to the right and they're doing that. They're holding up traffic. They won't get out of the way. They won't just get over. That always irks me so much.
They need to know road etiquette.
Cops should be pulling them people over more than me.
I could not imagine like spending that much time in traffic.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about it once, and it's like, dude, that would suck. Like, I'm just so used to like getting in the car and going wherever I need to go.
Yeah.
And
the only
10,
thing that stops you
minutes.
is a red light.
Yeah, a red light or a person with Florida tags.
Yeah.
Yes. I worked at a plant, and it was a 3-hour commute every day.
Oof.
3 hours each way, guys. 3 hours each way. I can take a ferry, a train, subway, trolley, and a ferry, a boat, subway, train. Not options. All 4 to get there in an hour and 35 minutes. Oof. But I got to wake up even earlier.
Yeah.
Well, no, okay. But a buddy of mine lived a block away. He got a 3-bedroom apartment, and they're each paying $500. And I said, "Hey, Kevin, let me rent your couch for $500." Man, I can't do that. You call it. I can't. I said, "Please, Kevin, I need it." He said, "My rooms are all full, and there's 3 big guys." And I said, "Man, please, I need this. I can't do it, Kay. I can't." I said, "I'll give you 1,000."
Oh,
He
shit.
said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Right.
I can't.
Okay, but you have to understand how my business mind works.
That saved you 6 hours.
6
every
hours
day.
of sleep I got.
Yeah.
I got all the beer, the food I want in the refrigerator, because they're all big guys and they eat a lot. Most of them protein drinks, all bodybuilders and stuff.
Yeah.
And in the best and cleanest food. I walked to work in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't need my car. I didn't have to pay for parking. I
Or
didn't need
gas.
gas.
Yeah.
I didn't need insurance. I was making more money paying a guy and had a perfect life, paying him $1,000 to sleep on this guy's couch.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
See, we gotta think like that. You want to go ahead and take a little break?
Filming a movie, I think The Rock, with Nicolas Cage there when I was there.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Did you see him? See The Rock?
No, I didn't.
The Rock's legendary.
Yes. No, the movie The Rock. It was Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
I thought you meant
Rock
like-
with
yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
No.
Not
Little
speaking of The
miscommunication.
Rock, My voice is all messed up. I went to wrestling last night.
Yeah.
I was out there screaming. It was crazy.
Out there
Wrestling?
having a
Where
good
at?
Greensboro. It was in Greensboro. It was cool. You ever watch wrestling?
Yeah.
That's my shit. I love,
Nice.
I love that shit.
You ever want my brother to fight you? You tell him wrestling's fake.
I'm about right there with him.
Is that your brother that I thought was your
Yeah,
dad?
everyone thinks he's my dad.
Dude, I went in there and his brother was in there, and his brother looks, no hate, significantly older than him.
Right, he does.
And I was like, yo, where's your son KG at? And he was like, son, it's my brother, dude. And I was like, oh shit, I'm an asshole.
no. Everyone thinks he's either my dad or my uncle.
Yeah, I can
but,
see
but,
uncle.
he's I'm sorry, my if I'm wrong. 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
But he's born with autism.
Oh, really? I
Yeah, a
didn't
lot
know
of
that.
people don't know that.
Yeah, he don't-
But he has the mental capacity of brain thought of an 8-year-old.
I could never tell.
Here's our dynamic. Sometimes people see me yell at him because he knows he's physically my older brother, but mentally he's not. So I say, Maud, please, everybody, please listening out there, his name is Maud, MAAD, Mothers Against Alcoholic Drivers. That's a good way to remember. Please do not call him Umad, Muad, or girls like to call him Mahdi. He likes that.
Yeah,
Ladies
yeah,
up
yeah.
there, if you call him Mahdi, he'll smile. Okay, so
Mahdi.
anyway, he's older, but he's my heart. He's my pride and joy.
Yeah.
So to prevent anyone taking advantage of him, people see my house like, oh, that's a giant house. No, it's actually 2 houses. They're just connected as one. The city of Marion considers them townhouses
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
2 stories. It's 6 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and there's a firewall dividing them. So they're actually 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom houses each. I didn't want to cut grass all the time, so I built the biggest house I could, so I don't have the big yard.
Yeah.
Koi fish pond, whatever.
Love a koi fish.
But my brother has his own house, his own. I'll show him how to use the microwave. I'll show him how to put clothes in the washing machine. But he has his own privacy, and he could feel like an adult,
Yeah.
his own man. And I'm next door. My brother, if you say, "Give me your big screen TV," the only thing he'll say to you is, "Wait a minute, it's heavy. Let me help you carry it to the car."
Yeah.
So I have to protect him.
Uh-huh.
So that's why I have him next door, but he has his own independence.
Yeah.
And I have a 2-story house, and it's not for me, and it's too big for me, way too big. But I have a little 9-year-old daughter overseas, and one day she'll be living with me. So I
Yeah.
built it for her.
Excellent.
And my brother as well has a 9-year-old, 10-year-old daughter, and she'll have a big house to be raised up in as
Cool.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I do want to ask.
Yeah.
How did you? I think I may have asked this, but I don't. How did you find like Marion?
Okay.
Out of all places.
So, my dad is an entrepreneur, international businessman, real estate mogul, at least in my mind. And he decided to start raising ostriches in Berkeley, California, for a restaurant called Fuddruckers.
I remember Fuddruckers.
Okay.
Heard of
Okay.
that place before.
Blake's
Okay.
grandpa calls it fuck-a-ruckus. And he didn't even know.
Anyway, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
But they were known for their exotic meats. And my dad got on the internet and he found a place in Gilkey, North Carolina. I love this story. Gilkey, North Carolina. So he flew out here. Something with complication with the plane. It was either late or early, but the farmer, gentleman Gilkey, I don't know his name.
Yeah.
And he got, I guess, my dad took a cab or whatever. He got to the guy's house, and the plane was late, so he got there dark. He said, well, I'll show you the Gilkey for chicken incubator equipment. So he was going to modify the chicken incubator equipment to modify them for ostrich eggs.
Okay.
Okay, so he is looking at incubator. Well, it was too dark, so the man says, well, we'll look at him tomorrow, Saturday morning when you get up. My dad says, okay, I'll have the cab take me to the hotel. And then, hotel? Son? Tells his wife to clean the sheets off the guest set bedroom. And my dad, you don't do that in California. They're going to chop
Yeah.
up your body and eat you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But
They
in
want
North
you to
Car-
stay. It's
right,
weird.
right. My dad thought it was weird, but the guy was so like a nice, decent, simple farmer man. And my dad said, for whatever reason, he stayed with him. The next day, they looked at the equipment when he was showing everything with it. I'm gonna go back. Saturday, he arrived and he slept there. Sunday morning, he looked at it, and my dad looked at it, and he's gonna make him an offer, he said, no, I don't do business on Sunday. We just wanted you to see him today.
Yeah.
My dad said, okay. My dad went to church with them.
I was about to ask.
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
make him go to church.
No,
with
he
him?
did go to church with
Okay,
them.
cool.
My dad had a blast, and then right afterwards, I guess I don't want to mess up the story, but right afterwards, they went to Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
He got some ice cream, and this is what a North Carolina man from Gilkey, North Carolina, said to my father that no one in California would ever say. No one. And what this man said to my father, what made him decide to come to North Carolina, he said, to be honest with you, sir, you know, it's weathered, it's aged incubator equipment. For what I have to have in this chicken incubator equipment, you could probably buy new cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one would ever say that in California. No, that ain't rust. That's patina.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
vintage. You know, and you go to Goodwills in California, you pay actually more for stuff sometimes because it's this.
Vintage.
That's what they want.
Right,
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Or to say they did.
Yeah.
So my dad called the house, and he said, I want everyone to come here, come visit. Everyone come here. I'm not coming back home. This is home.
Okay. He
Just
just
for
loved it that
right,
much.
Right,
Okay.
right. And he, believe it or not, my dad's from a Middle Eastern country. I was born and raised in America. He's from a country called Yemen, and he said this reminded him of Yemen.
Yeah.
The
Family-oriented mountains, family-oriented. The red clay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember.
Yeah.
That. I visited there a couple times, but I don't, know it
Yeah.
that well. But well, just enough to have a baby. But he loved it. He loved the farm. He believed that everyone had that kind of heart and mentality in North
Yeah.
Carolina. So he said he wasn't coming home. So my dad tells me to come visit for 2 weeks. You know, I'm telling my girlfriend, hey, baby, I'll be back. I'm going for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, I should have said I was going to get a gallon of milk. Because I didn't come back. I came to visit my dad for 2 weeks, and I just never left.
What'd you think about it first time?
Oh, I
getting here?
lived out of my suitcase for the first year, denial. Because anytime someone said something to me, I'm going back to Cali. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
these people here got it twisted. You
Yeah.
know, until I met a few people that I got into it with. I mean, I get into it with people when I first got here, like bad. And being a kid from Richmond, California, that never backed down.
Yeah. You couldn't.
I earned the respect of a lot of people. And I go to places and I see how disrespectful people are to some of these people in these stores. And I smile. I said, I hope the guy, I don't mean this anybody out there, but I was like, and I was like, wow. And then they see me, they're like, oh, we'd never do that in your store, KG. And I'm looking at them, I'd never allow you to.
Yeah. It wouldn't fly.
And why would you do it in someone else's store?
Right. But this is how I see it, guys. You're the new kid on the block. You're the new kid in high school.
Mm-hmm.
All the jocks that this guy wants to test you to see if you got any balls or not, and there's if they find out right then and there if you're a stand-up guy or you're a punk,
Yeah.
and then basically you're marked for life.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a place. God, everyone knows what I'm going to talk about, but I'm not going to use their names. There was a business here in town that used to be on a hill. That was an auto parts place, and right across the way was a gas station that we bought. Is laying next to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to make up the name of the businesses and the name of the people, so nobody gets hurt that I'm talking about them, because that's your business to tell that story, not mine. So all the names are fake, so don't think it's anybody I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's an auto parts place on this hill. And that might not be true, might be true, but everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So across the street we had the store. It's now and there's a used car dealership next to it. No, next to it was
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Oh, there's nothing there now, right?
right.
Yeah.
No, it's a view is, but the blank spot. Yeah,
I know the blank spot you're
Yeah.
talking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. And which amazing things are going through that land. You guys keep your eye out for that blank piece of property, but it's
Hey,
going to be an
shout it out,
amazing
shout it
spot.
out, shout it
I
out.
can't.
Okay,
I
okay.
have. I want to plug this business, but I didn't ask their permission. And it might sound silly that, hey, why would you not want to advertise my business for the fact that maybe they're not ready, or
Facts.
right? Okay. So
But if they do want to talk about it,
I
tell
will
them you
next
know
time
some-
I'm on, if I'm allowed.
Yeah.
All right, so
Whenever.
But this is this point I'm getting. The auto part. I walk in because I'm going to open up my gas station, and I said, "Hey, my name is KG. I'm opening up a gas station down the way." And the guy says, "I'm 24 years old. I'm the youngest manager." I was like, "Great." And then there's a guys working there, and they all look at me, and one smirks, the older guy. And he says, "How you doing?" He smirks, and I'm like, "Oh boy, I got my rude awakening to welcome North Carolina." His face told me that.
Oh,
Guy,
yeah.
as a comedian or professional smartass,
Oh, yeah.
shit talker, I know he thinks he got me. So, and when I heard him disrespect one of his fellow employees, the old guy I'm talking about, this God, I don't want to. Okay, he's a power lifter, so he has a power lifter body.
Mm-hmm. Big guy.
Right? And he's older. He put on some weight, and all this might be a hypothetical story anyway, too. And he called them bitch tits because maybe steroid use in the past, or maybe he's older. And so he hangs over on his tight, and he's wearing a tight t-shirt.
Oh, the old guy was talking to the bodybuilder.
Yeah,
dude.
that
Okay,
worked
okay,
with
okay,
them.
okay.
And he gave him a nickname of bitch tits. And there was a lady in there, man, and a kid. Okay, you can imagine a guy, bigger, tight shirt, because he used to fit him.
Yeah. If you need to take a call, we can pause. You know what I'm saying?
And he called him that. And he called the other guy, I can't say his nickname, but I used the letter he used, the F word.
Okay. yeah.
Okay? In front of everybody. I know this is North Carolina, guys. But right. And then he called the other guy Pencil Dick. And I was like, what the pencil dick? What is this?
What's going on
Right.
here?
What is this? 1950? Stand by Me? You know,
Yeah.
no, who uses that with Herb? But that shows his age. And so I'm a customer. He don't care. And let's call him Steve. And no, let's call him Joe. That
Joe.
sounds more organic to
Okay.
me. Joe says, I like to give everyone nicknames. Apparently so. And said to mine, if you give me a nickname. And I always give everybody. This is when I was younger, guys. This is in 2004,
Yeah,
2005. It's not now. I'm
Different times.
All right, I'm grandfather age now, so I just love and I try to speak with kindness, but sometimes you got to check a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Facts.
so he said I'll give everyone nicknames. I said, oh, okay. I give everyone a courtesy, a warning shot is what I call it. I give everyone a warning shot. He says, I like to give everyone a nickname. Mind if I give you a nickname? I said, I don't care what you call me, bud. Just don't call me Collect or Late for Supper. You know, that was, I just thought about right then and there. That was my warning shot to him. Like, I didn't start nothing, brother, but I promise you I can be vindictive if I have to.
Yeah.
Because that was my survival weapon growing up in a bad
Yeah.
neighborhood. Oh, I lived in a very exclusive. I lived next to a golf course in California after the trauma. And my father, the smartest thing I see. My dad is a genius, but we lived in the slums. We worked in the slums, but he was able to accumulate enough money to buy the worst house in the most expensive neighborhood he could.
Yeah.
That was right across the street from a golf course.
Yeah.
And I grew up in that house after being in Richmond, California for a while. In El Cerrito, California. But, so he says, do you mind if I give you a nickname? I said, have at it. He says, well, since you brown, and, oh, no, he says, where you from? I said, California. He said, no, where you really from? Oh, where I was born? He said, yeah, California. He said, and I'm trying, guys, to be honest with you.
To be nice.
To save him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that I'm trying to deflect or be modest? No. He doesn't know what's going to happen to
You're
him.
doing it for his sake.
Right. Because I don't want. But If you push me, don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the
the
edge.
edge.
Okay, so, because I'm going to make me, this is how KG becomes a goat, this story. So he says to me, well, do you mind if I call you Osama?
Oh shit.
Oh no, he says, "Where you really from?" I said, "My ethnicity, my race." He said, "Yes." I said, "Part of the human race." And he says, "What you want to ask is my ethnicity." And I said, "This is the loaded gun. This is not Russian roulette anymore. I'm Middle Eastern of background. I'm an Arab. I speak Arabic with a California super dude accent." He said, "Well, since you's Arab motherfucker, Arab, you mind if I give you a nickname?" I said, "Have at it." He said, "You mind if I call you Osama?"
Yeah.
Short for Osama bin Laden. So he starts chuckling, and a few of the guys there start laughing. I said, "No problem. Do you mind if I give you a nickname?" He says, "Have at it." I said, "Do you mind if I call you Osanov? For a son of a bitch." Everyone starts laughing, and he says, "How dare you say something about my?" I said, "I didn't say nothing about you." I guess I did. I'll see you tomorrow, you son of a bitch. And I see you, and have a good day, you son of a bitch. And then I said, "I'll never be coming back to this place." The young 24-year-old guy, KG, sorry. You give me the word. I'll fire Joe. No. Joe's got a family.
Yeah.
But I like Joe. I like that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I like that son of a bitch. He'll be son of a bitch from now on when I come in here. And I said, "What's your return policy?" No. I leave. I said, "I won't be coming back here." He sent lunch to me and the girls. So I went back to the store to thank him, and I give him a chance. I said, "What is your return policy?" He said, "Anything you want to return. You want a start? You want a battery?" I said, No. I'll buy anything I get. Well, give me a deal. Do you sell batteries? He said, "Yeah." And then I said, "I want 6 batteries, the heaviest marine batteries you got, and I want that son of a bitch right there to carry him."
To go get him.
Yeah. So he would carry him on the dolly and carry it to my truck, put him in, and then the manager says, 24-year-old guy says, "I don't know sell batteries at the store." I said, "I don't. I'm bringing these back tomorrow so that son of a bitch can unload them again." And I did. I did that. He started it. I'm not done. And everyone out there in Radio Land, I'm not like that at all anymore.
Nah, it's all about the peace.
But
Yeah.
So it's peaceful, KG.
but he started something, and I'm the new kid on the high school.
You gotta step up. You know what I'm saying?
And I have to with authority.
You're gonna get bullied until you hit the bully in the
Right.
fucking mouth.
So
Yeah, that's
David
true.
and Goliath.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I come outside his name. This is the main. Everyone, there's a reason I'm telling this long story. So and I call him that, and then I leave and I go back and I talk to the gentleman every day, and I'm not going to say son of a bitch over and again. I'm going to say Joe. Joe was upset with me very because he was the alpha male. He was the humiliator of everyone in there. He talked down to everybody.
No,
and
he's
not
not.
the manager. He's just like everyone else
Yeah,
there.
just an employee.
So here's the point, guys. So Joe's mad at me. So he brings his buddy Steve. His deadly weapon, his backup man, his guy. He's got the sharpest tongue in this town, and he's seen shit. He's older than Ellie, and he's hateful as hell. And I won't say who he is, but a lot of people might know who I'm talking about. So he comes in the store, and first thing he says to me, "I don't work here." Yeah, I don't work here either. And you guys, we all know where this is going. And in his face, his passion, his fire in his eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm so happy to be here." And I'm just excited, man. I'll use the word I learned here now. I was tickled.
Tickled.
Yeah, man. And no, it's a great story, guys. This is amazing. I'm so happy that I could flex.
Yeah.
And they don't know what they've done. I'm pumping up in my own head because this is not my first rodeo, is what I'm saying. And you just think I'm new to this state to this
Yeah.
town. I'm not new to this planet.
About to catch a new body in a
Right.
new state. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm excited, and he says, I don't work here. I said, I don't work here either. But he said, this is America. I can say whatever I want. I said, God bless freedom of speech, my brother. God
Yeah.
bless it. He said, well, I like to give everyone nicknames. And Joe is rubbing his hands together.
They've been plotting.
Right. I said, well, all right. He said, do you mind if I give you a nickname? I said, brother, you said it. We're in America, freedom of land, freedom of speech. I said, have at it. I said, just don't call me, I'll tell you this. Just don't call me collect or late for supper.
Yeah.
That was me personally giving him a warning shot. And you know what it done to Joe or son of
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be mean. I'm not like that. I had to growing up to survive in the area. I mean, I went to the best schools in California, by the way. A blessed life. But I started off in bad neighborhoods. So I've seen from poor to rich, and I've lived. So people are people, and human beings are human beings. So
People are people,
right,
brother.
he brought his backup, his big boy Steve. He says, and I said, I don't care what you call me. Just don't call me collect or late for supper. And that was his warning shot. He says, well, since you brown and from the Middle East, do you mind if I call you Al? He says, do you know what I'm going to call you? I says, I really don't give a fuck. He
don't
says,
get that one.
short for Al Qaeda. And Joe was
That ain't even
slapping
funny. Yeah, that
his
wasn't even
hand
funny.
on the counter, laughing. And everyone else in there, apparently there were just people there just to wait for me to show up. They didn't even buy shit. Right. Because this new guy is going to get into it with, Steve is not his real name, by the way. KG's about to get into Steve, and a lot of people hate Steve.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are diehard fans of Steve and grew up with Steve, and he's going to shut this guy down that disrespected Joe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here we
son of
go.
a bitch. Anyway, short for Al Qaeda. And there's people, a couple laughing. Other people are just going,
Watch.
watch what K does. Watch what K does. Just watch. I said, oh, okay. And this is December, gentlemen. We had my first snow.
Yeah.
And in North Carolina. And he is pot-bellied guy. He had white hair and white beard. I said, red face too. And he says, I said to him, well, do you mind if I give you a nickname? He says, have at it. And he went, ho, have at it.
Yeah.
And I says, well, since you have a white beard and white hair and you're a white guy. And he said, yeah. I said, you remind me of a guy in my neighborhood in California. He's a pot-bellied guy like you are, and a white beard and white hair. And he used to drive around in a white van with no windows. And he used to touch little kids and boys and girls in the genital area. And we used to call him Chester, the child molester. And he started shaking. He says, how dare you say that? I have 4 kids and 8 grandkids. And I looked at him and said, how dare you? I didn't serve 4 years in the U.S. Air Force to defend this country for a motherfucker like you to say that to me. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize, and God bless you, and thank you for your service. And I'm shaking his hand, and I'm talking to the 25-year-old manager, and he says, KG, I didn't know you were in the Air Force. I said I wasn't, but this dumb motherfucker here doesn't know that. And then everyone starts laughing. There were so many people in there waiting for me and Steve.
Yeah.
It's a small auto parts, but the glass was vibrating from the breathing, and I felt like boom, I dropped the mic right there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you took me around the circle on that one.
Yeah.
right. And the backstory is that I did enlist in the U.S. Air Force. I received a 97, 98 on my score, and they said I could have any job I want. But, gentlemen, I was born with flat feet.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
and
yeah.
that was the reason I wasn't allowed to go. They said I needed to lose 15 pounds. I lost 22 pounds. I was determined, but that doctor was determined to make sure I didn't get in.
Yeah. I got 2x4s, man.
So you know, exactly what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
man, it
All right,
sucks.
so I'm gonna come back to the military story, but everyone's laughing, and now I go there every day, every day. It's gone now, but every day I would go there. And now when I walk in there, you remember Steve don't work there. Mm-hmm. Joe does. When I walk in there and I see my Lexus pulling up or my Mercedes or my Toyota, I pull up there. Steve don't work there, but they would all run in the back of the warehouse and wait until I leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't want to fuck with you no more.
Yeah.
Fuck Steve.
Oh, yeah. But
Straight
here's the
up.
situation. I dated later on in life, didn't know it was his granddaughter.
Yeah.
I donated to his great grandson's softball league, which I'm not doing anymore.
Fuck him too.
But my point was, okay, this is God. Let me fast forward to the very end. This is the part that touches my heart. Okay, guys, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. I'm trying not to get emotional here. Bitch Tits, you remember him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He came to my convenience store. He came in crying with his wife and his kids. And he hugged me. He actually adjusted two of my vertebrates. Remember, this guy was a power lifter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just hugging me. And he said, thank you so much. And I'm like, what did I do? She's a liar. I never touched her. Just joking, just trying to be funny.
Yeah.
He says, now, KG, my wife could come see me at work.
Oh, really?
I said, what do you mean? He said, there has been nights I could not. I got into arguments because my wife thinks I'm cheating on her because she couldn't come kiss me. She couldn't come bring me food at this auto parts place. She couldn't come see me or my family.
Yeah.
Because if Joe called me bitch tits in front of my wife or family, I would have to break his face.
Yeah.
And I was so scared that I would hurt him. I was scared of losing my job. I was scared.
Yeah.
And he's shaking. I didn't know. I just don't like bullies.
Yeah.
I don't like bullies. And I didn't like the way. And I wasn't defending myself. I actually don't. I usually defend everyone else. I don't care what you say to me. Just don't put your hands on me.
Yeah.
Or don't say nothing to my friends. If we're at a party and someone says something to you sideways, I'm sorry if he's your friend. You got to say, hey, KG, that's my brother. That's my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mad at him. But if you don't tell me that, I'm going to fuck with him for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's not my target because you don't mess with my friends or my family.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't like bullies.
Yeah. You could talk shit to my brother. It'd be funny.
But give me that, okay.
Yeah.
But if you don't explain to me that's my friend
Yeah.
or that's my family, he didn't mean it in a bad way. Because my only weapon I have is my mouth.
Yeah.
So he's telling me that his wife could see him now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's thanking me, little kids. Okay, everyone out there in internet, radio land, everyone's name is fake. No name is real here.
Yeah. They don't
Okay,
know.
so I'm not talking about the person you think I'm talking about. So
Allegedly.
right. Tommy's not bitch tits anymore.
Good.
Tommy's Tommy.
Yeah.
Joe calls him Tommy now. The guy that with the letter F, the derogatory towards gay people, he's not that. He doesn't get called that anymore. He gets called Ferris. Ferris is his name. That's his God-given name. His mom and dad gave him that name, not the derogatory he says in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
And Pencil Dick is Andrew. How
Yeah.
come you just can't call him Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but Joe and Steve, they never said that to them anymore, and they addressed him as the name that they were given and they want to be called. That's why those three men are my friends. Either one of them, any of the three, could have just broke Joe with their thumb. But out of respect, growing up, and he knew he was the alpha, and that he could say and do it, not because of his size, but because his stature and his age and his reputation in his community.
Yeah.
Or that community. It could be talking about another community, which I am, by the way. Ha ha, everybody.
Yeah.
It didn't even happen even in the McDowell's, even though you all think it's the same spot. But they appreciated me.
Yeah.
And they welcomed, every one of them welcomed me to their family. And I seen their kids grow too.
Yeah. I feel like people like that, they got to talk shit about everyone around them. And it's like, they're like thinking that they're putting out this sort of energy that's like, okay, I'm the head honcho. I'm the alpha male. But like, whenever I see shit like that, I'm like, okay, that fucking guy literally is so insecure. He hates his life really when he goes home. So whenever he comes here, he's got to do something to make himself feel a little special. So everyone around is pencil dick and bitch. We all know people
Right,
like that.
right.
It's just like,
But see, on that note, maybe it's my mentality now in life, or my age. It could be my age. I guess it's my age. I'm just saying that is that I have empathy for him. I said, that's the third surgery he had, and they can remove all of that cancer.
Yeah.
And maybe he just hates life.
yeah,
Or maybe someone shit on him today.
yeah.
But I have a no shit zone, so I stopped that real fast at the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like, even if you're going through something, I get like there's
Right.
there's sometimes people are going through something, but I mean that might give you the right to kind of, be in a bad mood maybe, but not like just shit on everybody
Yeah.
else. Like, I get it.
That's
Life's
right.
hard for some
Right.
people, but like you don't just shit on everybody.
I think everything is contagious.
Yeah.
If you're surrounded
Oh yeah,
with
everything's
energy.
energy.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying?
And,
Like,
I have friends where it's like we shit on each other and it's comedic and
Right.
it's like
But
but that's just how we are.
Right.
It's not the same thing.
No, right. It's
You
not.
No,
it's
yeah, I
cheesy
be-
and hazing, but
I
it's
shit
in a
on
good
Cum
place.
Cum all the time.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
it's
but that's my
mutual.
dog. You know.
Yeah.
So it's
Hey,
like,
I go back to California. I put on some weight. My brother and best friend are like, hey, after dinner, let's go, and we'll do a mile together. And that's just us looking out for each other.
that's how you gotta be. What's up, man? Why you being so quiet? You got any questions for KG?
I'm listening.
Yeah, this is
I'm
good to
listening. I'm
just kinda
taking it
take it
in.
in.
Brother, it's
Yeah.
interactive. You got to throw your in.
No, I don't ask my couple
All right.
questions that I have for this episode.
Yeah, you could ask many questions that lead into a story.
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I like.
The
hanging out.
Marine story.
Yeah.
The Air Force. Okay. So there was a Marine recruiter, Sergeant Todd Trotton, I think his name. God bless you, brother, for putting up with me.
Shout out to Todd.
Right. And but it was an air recruiter, and I scored high, and they wanted me to learn Arabic and Russian. I said no, I want to be an airplane mechanic. Automotive background, and I was going to go in as an E3, I guess. And the thing is about California is it's an anti-war state. So your recruiters will tell you immediately, the doctor will try to scare you. So what do you mean? I'm 27 when I enlisted, by the way, which is the cutoff. I don't know if that's went up since I enlisted.
No, I think it's still 27.
Okay. So I had a lot of complications. They said first, this is crazy, y'all. Anyone out in the military, God bless, shout out to you. And you guys verify I'm telling the truth about the stuff you guys had to go through. My credit score, they said I owed Hilltop Ford for a Mustang. I don't own a Mustang. They entered my Social Security digit off. I had to get a letter from Ford or whatever, the credit bureau, that's showing that I owe them money. Because they said, well, we could deduct money from your check in the military every month. I don't owe them money. I have they got cleared out. Then I had to change my name. My whole life I was Khalid, Khalid. I was born in 1974. In an old hospital in LA, I guess, where the typewriter, they typed my birth certificate, the O and the D were similar, and I guess the lady pressed O. So my whole life, my real name was Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
old font?
Yeah.
Okay, so no, it's Khalid. It's been on my doc, but my birth certificate said Carlo. With an O, which was a typo apparently. So I had to legally change my name to Khalid, even though it's Khalid my whole life. And I would have kept it Carlo because that's kind of cool, kind of like Hawaii. Or, I don't know.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but my dad chose Khalid,
Nice.
which means everlasting. Khalid, and my last name is Golub, which means strength.
Nice.
So my dad's a bit of a
Everlasting
poet.
strength. Yeah.
That's one thing that's cool about other cultures. Their names like have some sort of like. What does Trevor even mean?
Yeah, my name's Brenton.
I know where I got my name from.
Well, okay.
We got fucking frat boy names from hell, dude.
Okay. Well, my last name means everlasting strength, but there's cool steel.
Yeah.
You know.
Axel.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not as cool as everlasting strength. I will say.
The names that these people I went to school with, giving their kids, are like.
Crazy ass names, bro.
Oh, like the newer,
Name
like
your
the
kid
young.
after a baseball glove?
Never mind.
His name is Franklin Eversoft.
So they warned us about the doctors trying to intimidate you. Okay, say my credit was good. I didn't have any credit. Well, it was decent at 27. My name changed, and then I turned 28. But
You'd already enlisted.
I had
though,
already
so-
enlisted prior at 27, and they said I had to lose 15 pounds. I lost 22 pounds. So I'm excited. And then I'm in there. The night before, I meet some girls who were laughing. They bust me on Greyhound to San Jose for the physical. And I'm in there with teenagers.
Yeah.
Teenagers. And one kid got some kind of form where I think he listed at 16.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it, but and he was redheaded, freckled, young, scared, and impressionable. And I just called him Opie. I don't know.
Yeah, just call him Opie.
Right. Yeah. And he was so scared. I said, "Calm down, man. You Andy Griffin
Calm
looking
down.
motherfucker."
Yeah.
Right. And I shook him and told
back
him
to
relax.
Mayberry, bitch.
Right. And he was such a sweet kid. And he was my roomie in the hotel. And, they're telling us stuff like, don't have any proteins in your urine, don't smash. Drink a lot of water, physical, and, remember what the recruiter told you. And, some girls, one is Japanese and white, and the other one's a blonde girl, and she was bragging about how much money she had. We ended up in my room, and let's just say her name was Akiko. And our recruiter taught us stuff, and we did our physical the next day. And Opie was over there just smiling and like excited. And because earlier that day he asked me if I could buy him a Playboy at the concession stand downstairs. I did. And I was like, oh, he was young. And I was like, anyway, I'm hanging out eating pizza on this bed with this Akiko and this rich chick. And I just see him in his rolled on the other side, and I see his blanket moving. And I'm laughing. So anyway, 2020 vision, physical. I'm in boxer shorts. Opie is wearing whitey tighties.
Yeah.
He's a 16-year-old kid, and everyone's just like these ribbed young men, and they're 18 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like the old guy in there. I'm 27, and I'm like grandpa.
Yeah.
And this little tiny, and I'm not tall at all. Little tiny boy, the doctor comes out with a long trench coat, and first thing he does, he slaps on one glove. He says, "I'm sticking my finger up everyone's ass," and everyone is so scared, and like the boy next to me shaking his knees, and I'm. Okay, this is a scare tactic, okay? You're there for a reason. And that doctor's trying to scare you not to enlist. That's...
Just trying to weed out the...
well, okay, that's good that you guys... I was thinking, we all think differently, that he's trying to make him run off and cower out. But maybe it is a weeding process. I don't know. I don't know. But I was told by my recruiter that they're going to try to scare you.
Yeah.
Right,
'Cause
forewarn us.
It's an anti-war state.
Right, anti-war state.
Yeah.
And maybe, right, and I won't go into that. But yeah, it is, and that's exactly what he was doing. So I'm a grown-ass man. I'm 27. I said, "Hey, doctor, if that's the only pair of gloves you got, can I go first?" and he gets so mad at me. He grabs me by the arm.
Oh, I thought you were going to say grab me by
Put
the
an ass.
No, by my arm, and he's trying to lift me up, and I'm like, and I'm skipping, like, "Ooh," and I'm looking at Opie, his butt cheeks sucking, like, so scared for me, and I don't want the boy to be scared. I don't like bullies.
Yeah.
I don't like bullies. So I said, "Hey, doctor, are your hands warm at least?" And everyone's laughing.
Buy me dinner first.
And I see that one of the guy's shoulders go like this to like that, laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's fair. I don't like bullies. So we go in there, and I'm in with the weight limits. Okay, At my height, I should weigh between 141 to 144 pounds. I was 13 years old when I weighed that much.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, and I was in
You want to take that? You need to take that?
Danny could hear though. I was in Danny, I'll call you back, but hold on. I was in the check room, the medical exam room.
Yeah.
And he's trying to find something wrong with me. So here's my feelings when he told me I was 5'5". Because
Okay.
my driver's license says I was 5'7". But anyway.
Tell the women you're 5'9".
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He laughs because he puts a ruler to my feet, the bottom of my feet. He says, "Flat feet, get out." I said, "What's that?" He says, "Your flat feet, you don't have curvature on your feet.
Yeah.
So we can't use you. If you get an operation to fix your feet, you have a pre-existing condition that we're not taking, I guess, liability for. I can't march. I march, I jog all the time. Well, you did. But they feel that if marching in the military, long term, if I have some feet issues down the road, that I can't say I want the military to pay for. Mm-hmm. So I got my bubble busting, and I didn't enlist, and it hurt my feelings. But I give back to the community and do what I can to help my state, my country.
Yeah.
But I leave, and I see Akiko. And she's crying, and she wants me to talk to her mom. And I'm like, hello? She's screaming. 20 years. She had listened for 20 years. She was supposed to do a 3, I don't know, 3. But they said, well, if you do this for 9 years, you get this, and you get 20 years, you could retire. And I would have.
Yeah.
But, I was like, I don't know what to say to your mom. And I hang out. But, I did listen to Air Force, but I didn't get in because of my flat feet.
Hey.
But I just want to tell the story about the dressing room and how the doctor was trying to scare me. So I try to use comedy to...
What's up, man? You want to take that call? We'll take a break.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. KG,
Yes, sir.
you want to talk about getting shot one time?
Yeah. So let's go back to when I told everyone I was a fat little kid, right? And my mom had a liquor store in San Pablo, California. And down the street the way, there was another liquor store, but that was the Bloods and the Crips, the gang members hung out in front of there.
Okay.
But they had banana now laters. We didn't have banana now laters. Growing up in a convenience store, you've had every candy ever, and every new one you had, you got a can of vegetables, you were excited. Because everything is candy and sweets and, sugar-coated snack, clean food, right? So I wanted banana now laters, and I wobbled my fat ass over there to that liquor store, and, I saw some gang members. And there was a drive-by, and I hopped into a 1979 metallic root beer brown Monte Carlo.
Heavy.
And,
donked out?
What's that?
So was it donked out?
Oh, yeah. It had hydraulics, I'm sure, and it had little Dayton wheels. I hopped in it. The bullet went through the door and landed in my knee.
Oh,
And I'm 8 years old. And
8 years old?
yeah,
Bro got shot at 8.
For
Yeah.
some now and laters.
Yeah, for some banana now laters. Not just any now. I don't even know if they make banana now laters anymore. But I ran home. And do you know what an 8-year-old boy thinks about when he got shot?
Probably gonna die.
No. This boy thought, my mom's going to beat my ass for getting blood on my school clothes. And a lot of people out there could relate to that and not believe I just said that. But yes,
Yeah.
I was afraid. I didn't afraid to die. I was scared of my mom whooping my ass.
Running with a bullet in his leg, talking about, damn.
I didn't know I had
Yeah.
a bullet in my knee. I didn't know that. I just know I got shot and I was bleeding. I don't know where the blood's coming from. I just had to run. I don't know
Yeah.
where. I just ran home. What do you do when you get hurt?
Fucked up knee.
You're right.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
Yeah.
I just saw wet.
Yeah.
So I took off those pants and I threw them away. And I wrapped my leg with a towel. And my pajamas were baggy. So I slid on the pajamas, went to bed. Next day I went to school. scared as fuck. Anyone's gonna find out, And after a week, you forgot about it. You're a kid. You're very, resilient. You walk that shit off, son. You're from Richmond.
Put some dirt on
Yeah.
it.
Right. But 2 years pass. I'm 10 years old, and there's this bump in my knee, and I always play for it with it, And kids are very imaginative. I had a very big imagination.
Yeah.
And I came up with the idea that I guess I had a dream that an alien landed and kidnapped me, abducted me, and they put a probe in my knee. I go up to people, hey, Kimmy, pinch how hard you want. I won't feel it. And they're like squeezing it. And everyone, I have anyone squeezing it. Hello, aliens, you're in there,
Yeah,
tapping my knee. And we, people kind of believed it. And then this one guy, his name was Samaj. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Samaj. Semaj. Samaj. I thought it was a cool ass name.
Yeah. That is cool.
Later on in life, I found out that his mom was dyslexic, and his name is James, but she wrote it backwards. So punk ass Samaj says to me, and you're 10 years old, guys, very insecure kid, and he says, that means, this is the crazy part of the story. He says, that means every time you take a doo-doo, you said that the aliens see your ding-ding. The aliens see your junk, your dick. And I got mad. Fuck you, Smush. Shut up, you punk ass. And I go to my mom's store after school, and I get a razor, a box cutter. And I started nipping at it, and I squeezed the bullet out. No, it was thin skin, underneath the skin.
Yeah.
It never penetrated. It just went right underneath the skin.
Yeah.
And everyone played with it. We all
Yeah.
did, And I cut it open with the razor and I squeezed it out. A little bit of black blood coming. And I cleaned it off. And I was so mad at these aliens. It's a story I made up.
Yeah.
So mad at it. And I was going to take a hammer to it, or I'm going to sell it to NASA. I don't know.
Yeah.
NASA doesn't buy shit from kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw it was a bullet. I had forgot I got shot. I believe the alien story. But here's the point of this whole story. The next couple of days after that, 2 years later now, I was limping.
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
Why?
Because you remembered that you got shot.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I finally settled and addressed
like your body
the pain.
adjusted,
Right. But that's so sad and amazing at the same time, I guess. And after the second day, I quit limping because it sucks limping. I don't know. I just quit doing it, but my body instinctively started to limp.
Yeah.
You
your mind had completely fooled itself into thinking that you'd just been abducted by aliens and you hadn't been shot. And you're
Right,
fine. You don't got a limp. Like, whatever they put there is not that bad.
Right.
Then you remember it's a bullet and you're like, oh.
Or you got
fuck.
shot by aliens.
What's that? Or I got shot by an
You know
alien.
what I'm
There
saying?
you
That
go.
was the
Don't
real
lie,
flip.
KG. We all know what the alien did to you.
But the truth is, when you say shot, what kind of shot most people get from aliens. But a lot of interesting things. I've traveled the world several
That's
times,
crazy,
been to a
man.
lot of foreign countries.
Yeah.
And from a kid that got shot in Richmond, California, and I'm in Dubai.
Yeah.
And I'm in Thailand.
Yeah.
I'm in foreign countries.
I think you're doing pretty fucking good.
God is
I'm
good.
saying? I
God bless
think you-
America. God bless
I think
life,
you're doing
man.
fucking great, man.
When people ask me, we all say little things, and I learned it from an older gentleman here in the South. Well, how you doing, KG? Better than I deserve.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Right.
Yeah. I feel that way
That's a
too.
fact.
Yeah. I love sayings because I want them to carry on.
Man,
Yeah.
there's some good ones out
Yeah,
there.
man.
In the
I
South,
mean,
there's some great ones.
like the tide and the wave and the rising tide. I had a buddy that I said, "How you doing, Mr. Bridges?" He says, "Without." That's such cool things. We also have goals and aspirations in life
Yeah.
and want to meet them, but people have to be realistic. You can't believe the stuff you see on TV. If you want to be a famous pianist one day, but you're a janitor in high school, nothing wrong with you. I wouldn't mind being a janitor in high school, but Okay, that's you start from somewhere and you climb.
Yeah.
My question is, can you read music? Where do you play piano? What kind of style? Are you in a band? Where do you pick up? Nah,
No.
So
Well, you better
if
get
you
to
have
work then.
goals
Yeah.
for your life,
You have to put them
you
in
start
motion.
from somewhere. It doesn't matter where you start. It's all about
Goals
where you
aren't
end
goals
up.
until you start working on them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They're just
Lip service, talking out loud,
Yeah.
saying nothing.
ideas. You know,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
I've never had the problem of like saying I wanted to do something or be something and just not do anything towards it. I've always been the person that just wakes up one day and decides I'm gonna do this shit and I start fucking doing it. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, if you're not prepared
Right.
and everything. But like you got to start somewhere. And one of the problems that I know I have, and I think a lot of us do because like we're doing this shit right now, is like I believe that I can do it because I'm so naive. Like, it don't matter what it is. Whenever I decide I want to do it, I can do it.
But I think
Ignorance
you,
is bliss.
I think you have to be that way.
You
though,
have to
like-
be
Sure.
You have to be naive to a certain extent.
Why can't I? Tell me why.
Why can't I? It's the
Right.
people who believe in themselves, even if they don't necessarily have a reason to. Those
That's
are the ones
okay.
that end up doing something.
Oh yeah.
I said it a couple eps ago, but nothing that has been done before is impossible.
No, it's
No.
been done.
It's been done. Somebody out there has put their.
And what makes him any better than you to begin with?
Boom.
There you go.
A journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one footstep.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
This is our footstep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this podcast
That's
is
what's
like a
up.
really cool thing. It's like I told him today. I stayed up late last night editing. He was out late. I told him whenever he got here this morning, I was like, for the first time ever, this feels like work, but in a good way. Like I feel like I'm waking up
Yeah,
to
like,
do the job.
We had
and
to go like, hey, KG's coming tomorrow. You know,
I
what I'm
was
saying? We
super
have to be
excited,
there.
and
Oh,
I was
man,
like,
God bless you.
I
Appreciate
texted
it.
him. I was like, you got to get here early and set up. I don't want to get, try to get started and it be something fucked up.
yeah, you know what
because
I'm
we
saying.
haven't done 4 people yet. This is the first time, so we kind of
wow.
threw this setup together. But it's just like really exciting to be here, and I'm gonna fucking beat all y'all. If you're still watching this to this point,
Hold on, man.
Thank
Hold on.
you
We gotta
so
get-
much. Thank you. No,
First of
no.
all-
I just had to beat him. I had to beat him. 'Cause
We do got to get KG out of here. He's been here 2.5 hours. He's got to go hold the store down, serve the community.
But bam.
KG, brother, once
Yes,
again,
sir.
appreciate
Likewise, gentlemen. I'm honored
appreciate you
to be
coming
here.
on here, man.
Yeah, bro. Let's give a little clap for KG.
Oh,
man.
boy.
man.
Right on,
Shout
right
out
on.
to
God
KG.
bless. God bless.
I
Thank y'all
appreciate
so
what
much.
you do for the community
Yeah,
too.
appreciate
for real.
Yeah,
you, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you so much.
everybody.
You'll be seeing a lot more of us.
Oh,
And you
awesome
got to
sauce.
come back.
Yes,
Open
sir.
door
I'll be
whenever,
honored.
man.
Can't wait.
Hey,
Yeah,
we could
right.
do an episode for every country you've been to. We could
We can do
chop
that.
it up.
Boy, I could tell you stories.
Yeah, I know. I
Just
know.
wait.
People might like him so much, we got to make him like one of the regulars.
Oh, for sure. At least every 25 episodes, KG's
Yeah,
got to
I
be
gotta
there.
get the KG
I would
episode.
love that last story though.
Let's
Oh,
get
let's-
one.
Yeah,
let's hear it,
let's
let's
lead us
hear it.
out.
And
lead
it's
us
a
out.
short one. I can say the name of the restaurant because I love the restaurant, love everyone in there, and the business itself is Burrito Brothers.
Yes,
So,
shout out Leroy.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah.
We went to school together, just in different states and different high schools. And,
Hell yeah.
So I went to Burrito Brothers, and they were on Main Street, and everyone's gonna think it's a lie, but you could ask. I do tan occasionally. I go to tanning salons, and I burn. So I go in slow for 3 minutes, and then it's been a while for me though. But Burrito Brothers on Main Street, and I said okay. And the young lady Ashley, she says it'll be about 10-15 minutes. I said, cool. I'll do a little 10-minute tan and come back. So I go in and place my order, and I paid for it. And I run inside to tan right quick at Sunkissed Tanning. I believe, yeah, amazing people. And I really appreciate them so much. So I run back, and Burrito Brothers, the line's out to the door. And I'm too embarrassed to walk up and walk past everybody else to get my food, even though I already paid for it. And it's been 10 minutes. And I waited 5 minutes, so it's about 15 minutes. And I see a black bag on the counter. And I don't know if it's mine or not, but I'm too embarrassed. I'm like halfway in now, and 2 guys in front of me, great guys. They were wearing, it looked like they were gonna go golfing, and they look at me like, "KG, you have legs?"
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah," because we always see you behind the counter. And
Yeah.
I say, "Yeah," and they say to me, "You're KG." I said, "Okay." Are they going to say something mean to me? Because I don't know what they're going to say. I said, what does that mean? they said, you don't just wait in line.
Yeah.
You just walk up there and say you're KG, and they just give you stuff. I'm like, why would you guys think that about me? I said, yeah, you don't even have to pay for stuff. You just walk anywhere. I've seen you around town. You just show your face. And I'm like, no. I said, you know what? Hold on a second, guys. I walk up and I'm like, hey, Ashley, how are you, honey? She said, hey, KG. I said, she pulls out that bag. And here you go. And I pull out my wallet slowly and I hold it in my hand. I open up. She's just waving her hand. That's all they see her doing. She said, KG, you already paid. And they just see her waving at my hand like she refusing my money.
Yeah.
I do this on purpose.
Yeah.
I said, oh. And I grabbed this bag. She said, yeah, it's yours. And I pick it up and I walk by them and said, thanks, you guys were right. And their jaws dropped. And they just said, well, just walk up there and say you're KG. And that's what they saw.
The legend, man.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you're the GOAT. And I just started laughing. And that's how sometimes a legend is born.
KG the GOAT, man. Appreciate you, man.
God bless.
You wanna?
Thank you, KG,
Yes,
man.
sir, man.
I do have one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
If you're still watching at this point, I appreciate
I already
you.
beat you to it, fucker.
Just in case we got that
Peace
one
out, everybody. God bless.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.